ביאור משנה ב', continuation of the same concept. נותנים מים בשבת על גבי השמרים. So it looks like over here, even according to Chachamim, you're allowed to do that.
על גבי השמרים.
Yeah.
השמרים.
Shmarim is the remainder of the wine. You remember the thick parts of the wine? For example, you have a meshameret. On Yom Tov, let's say it was a Friday. Friday was a Yom Tov. So you ran the thick wine through the meshameret, and now it remained like all the pieces over there. Now you want to drink something on Shabbat, and you don't have anything. So he says, I'm smart. I'm going to pour wine through it again. No, not wine, water. And it's going to get the taste of the wine that was there. That's right. And that I'm allowed to do because I'm getting water to water. I'm not sieving the water. The water is not sieved. It's already there.
Change the taste of it, maybe.
Change the taste, yeah, but I'm not. There's no sieving. Yeah, there's no sieving of the water.
Okay.
So even on Shabbat I'll be allowed to do that. So נותנים מים בשבת על גבי השמרים. I'm going to put water on Shabbat through the sieve that has the thick particles. הנותנים במשמרת מערב שבת, as long as it was there from ערב שבת. בשביל שיצלו, in order, so שיעשו השמרים צלולים, or you do it for the sake of the thick particles. Now they're going to become more refined. ויזוב כל ינם דרך המשמרת. And if they have a little bit of wine inside of them, that little bit of wine is going to continue through the sieve to go down. פירוש אחר, that's one explanation. נותנים מים על גבי השמרים, it says you're allowed to put water on top of the thick particles, שנשארו בחבית, that remained in the bottom of the barrel. בשביל שיצלו. כלומר, שהיין שבתוך השמרים, that the wine that inside these particles, יצלול ויתערב במים. It's like, how do you call it in English? When you have a little bit concentrate. You can use it as concentrate, pretty much. יצלול ויתערב במים. Now this concentrate is going to mix with the water. וישתמשו בהם לשתייה בשבת. And you're going to use it for drinking on Shabbat, so you don't have to drink water. See, water in those times was sometimes, or many times, it was from ground wells. It didn't taste very good, so they all the time used to add some taste into it. ואין בזה משום בורר, and over here it's not called boiler separation, שאינו אלא כמוזג מים לתוך יין, because what are you doing? You just it's like pouring water into wine. That's what you're doing. Okay. Full stop. ומסננים את היין בשבת. And you're allowed to...
So you're allowed.
But this wine is not the same as the other wine, I think. This wine is already, you took out the thick particles. It's wine that is without thick particles.
כאילו כמו המים, אתה מתכוון.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
זה לא עושה כלום.
There's a difference in wine, it looks like. There's a wine with it's not ready to be, in other words, no one will drink it that way. It's not considered wine. This wine, people already drink it as wine. I think that will be the difference. The other one, it looks like it's full of schmutz. It's like thick. ומסננים את הבית בשבת, מסננים את היין בשבת, you are allowed to sieve the wine on Shabbat, כדי שיהיה צלול ביותר. Look how it says. So it will be extra. It will be extra sieved. Extra. Yeah, to be extra. בסודרים, you have to do it in kind of garments, המיוחדים לסינון, that are specific for sieving. ולכן אין חוששים שמא יבודה סחיטה. And you're not worried you might come to squeeze it out. בגמרא אמרו, in the Gemara it says you're allowed to do it in one condition. ובלבד שלא יעשה גומה. As long as there's no dip inside. בסודר, שפי הכלי משום שינוי, שלא יעשה בשבת כדרך שהוא עושה בחול. It says you have to show difference that how you sieve in Shabbat and how you sieve in Chol. So regularly you would leave like a small dip. Over here you would not. Okay. ובכפיפה מצרית. Now what's a כפיפה מצרית? it's also a sieve. They will use it for much thicker things. It will be made out of reeds. It will be woven, made out of reeds, very, very thin
like
together. It's like a basket. And you will put stuff in it. I'm not quite sure, like dough or riba or jams or something. And it will sieve, for example, the jam or the dough. I'm not quite sure exactly. Maybe he's going to explain. בסל העשוי מנצרים של דקל, from a basket that used to be out of palm leaves. ואמרו בגמרא, דסיידין הגמרא, ובלבד שלא יגיביע את הכפיפה מקרקריותו של כלי טפח כמידת אוהל. It says, as long as you don't put the basket, keep it less than a tefach, because if you put it more than a tefach, then you're creating an oil, you're making a structure. So as long as you leave it close to the floor, then you're fine. Tama eter, the reason why they're allowed you, she'ein ze brera, because this is not called separation. הואיל ואדם יכול לשתות את היין גם מבלי לסננו. Here's the reason. This wine is, people drink it anyway. It's just thicker.
Just want to make it a little more refined.
That's right. והסינון בסודרים ובכפיפה מצרית הרי דרך שינוי הוא. And then you sieve it in an unusual manner, and then it's not a problem. ויש מבארים, there are those who explain, שמדובר כאן בחגון שהסודרים מתוחים ונתונים על הכלי מערב שבת. We're talking about it when it is prepared from Friday, וכן הכפיפה נתונה בתוך הכלי מערב שבת. And also this thing is there on Friday, but it wasn't there on Friday, we will not allow you. So this is the agreement, what we're talking about. Okay. Next one. נותנים ביצה במסננת של חרדל. So, how do you say חרדל in English? The yellow stuff, mustard. So you take mustard seeds, and again, you sieve the mustard seed. There's a pot, and there's a mesanet, there's a sieve, a cloth on top, like this, with a small thing, and you put the mustard seed inside, and then you pour stuff on it. And that will the mustard
to get the taste.
For whatever reason, I don't know exactly what they did over there, but that was the process.
Put the egg.
So you're allowed to put an egg on the seeds itself. Now, why would you do that?
Then it goes down.
Yeah. מותר לתת בשבת ביצת תרופה לתוך החרדל. You're allowed to give a soft egg inside the mustard seeds. שבמסננת, that's in the sieve. אף על פי שהיא קולטת את הפסולת, even though the sieve is going to keep some of the particles of the egg. לפי שאין עושים כך, אלא כדי שהחלמון המסתנן עם החרדל ייתן לו גבל. Because the only reason you're doing it, that is for the coloring. That's what you're doing it. ואין כאן ברירה. And over here it's not considered to be separating good from bad. Why it's not considered separating good from bad? שאף החלבון הנשאר במסננת אוכל גמור, because it's food to food. There's food here, there's food over there. It's not like you're taking shells out or something else. It's food remains in the top, food remains in the top, but it's not real separation.
And it's edible.
And it's edible, that's right. It's not something that is very good. Okay. ועושים אנומלין בשבת. You make אנומלין בשבת. I have no idea what this is. יש גורסים ינומלין. What is that? היינו תערובת של יין ודבש ופלפלים. You're allowed to make a concoction. Mix a concoction on Shabbat. What's the concoction? You have to take wine and honey and peppers and mix them together. Yeah, even on Shabbat. And by the way, we do similar things. We make coffee, we make tea.
Okay.
Yeah, so same things. Exactly same thing. You make tea and you add honey to it. No problem. Just like over here. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Beshabbat bekos. Rabbi Yehuda says, you're right, you're allowed to do it, but I'm not going to let you do it the way you will do it on a weekday. So I want you to do it in a different manner. How? Beshabbat, because usually you do it in a big jug and you give it into the table. Over here, no. Don't put it in a big jug. Make it for each one individually. בשבת בכוס, on שבת in a cup, בשבת אין עושים מנעולים אלא בכוס, ויותר לא יעשה משום טרחה, don't make a whole jug. ביום טוב בלוגין, in יום טוב you're allowed to make it in a jug, but not in a bucket.
You do it in a hole.
That's right. In a jug, בבקבוק, בכד, ובמועד, בכל המועד, in כל המועד, I'm even going to allow you to make it in a whole barrel, בחבית. מותר לעשות אפילו בחבית. That's the three stages. Rabbi Tzadok אומר, what kind of nonsense is this? If you've got 100 guests, do it in a barrel, you're fine. See, in other words, if 5 people want it and 5 people bakes a jug, do it according to what you need. Don't do it according to that. Rabbi Tzadok אומר, הכל לפי אורחין, everything according to the guests. מי שיש לו אורחים הרבה, somebody who has many guests, מותר לו לעשות, he is allowed to make a big amount. ואפילו בשבת. But הלכה כתנא-קמא. The halacha is a כתנא-קמא that you have to show it's different. שעושים מנעולים של בשבת כמה שרוצים לשתות.
So if הלכה כתנא-קמא, you can do it in Shabbos, a big kamut.
But I think it means you can do a big kamut, but each one individually.
כן.
In a course.
Not like
You cannot,
Rabbi Tzadok אמר.
not like Rabbi Tzadok, that's what I think. Or maybe they're arguing about how much you can do.
Right.
That's also possible to learn this Mishnah. Maybe the argument is Rabbi Tzadok says you're allowed to make as many as according to the guest, and Tanakama says no, you're allowed to make 1 or 2. You're not allowed to make for a whole 500 people. Maybe that's the argument.
הוא אומר שהלכה כתנא-קמא שעושים הנומונים בשבת כמה שרוצים לשתות. That means that you do it.
I know.
השאלה how you do it.
Uh-huh.
That's not how much. How you do it.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. It's confusing. I agree with
And
you.
I think that he said that you can do it only in cups. You can do it as many as you want, but only in cups.
That's the way I learned it also.
כן?
Yeah.